All right. So, I swear, I can't get this thing to work. So I keep trying to put the chat box. Oh, it's there. Okay. Aha. I don't know why my Streamlabs version does not want to put the chat on the screen. It doesn't affect too much, but it's one of those annoyances. I think it has to do with my old computer, so we'll see. When I get the new one I ordered in, unfortunately, September, I can find out. All right, so I imported some audio files from my laptop, because I put down an idea. I was playing around on my guitar. I've got like a busted, cheap Amazon guitar up on the couch that I just play scales while I'm watching TV or something. We were actually watching, my wife and I are actually rewatching Dragon Ball. So we're like kind of towards the end of it, so it'll switch over to Dragon Ball Z. But anyway, I'm watching that, so I just play scales, and I came up with a riff. Long story short, so this morning I put it into my laptop while I was just doing other stuff, and then I imported it here, so I've got it. It's this. Well, so that's an octave down, which I'll probably do. I can simply achieve that by going. I got a pedal here. Or if I'm using a thaw amp plugin, it's E minor, not F minor. F sharp minor. So that's the riff. So does that, then it goes. It's all D major / B minor. So it does that, and then it goes into a chorus, which is just simply. So I'm just going to play along with the audio I already imported. The drums you're going to hear are just an Apple drummer that I plopped on top. It's not necessarily the best part, but it keeps time, and I prefer it to the metronome, because like if I mute the drums, just turn this on, I find that just annoying. So drums are better, even if it's repetitive. It's also triggering the sounds I'm going to use when I play the drums on my electronic drum pad here. So gives me a rough idea, at least, what the mix is going to be. All right, so I think I'm going to keep this in standard instead of dropping it, because that audio is dropped. Maybe do a little scale pen in between on this. Maybe. Okay, so that's the idea. There's a bridge part where I did some pitch shifting automation on these audio tracks that I don't think I can replicate just playing the guitar in standard tuning. So I might just not do much. Maybe I'll just do something up on the higher end so it doesn't fight it. Yeah, something like that. just in the key. So yeah, that I played pretty standard stuff, but then I just grabbed, you can grab this pitch bending thing on the automation, and I just went all over the place. So it sounds absolutely ridiculous, but that's what I did. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna play on the bass part. I'll see. Yeah, I think I'm good to go. So, all right. See me reaching over here. I've got my phone on a camera mount thing, phone mount, but I'm using the phone as a camera to shoot video because I'm gonna do an edited version of this song like I always do. So that's there. I just have to remember to turn it off and on and on and off and blah, 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 because that's my biggest weakness. I forget to do things. Yeah, I guess that's good enough. We're going to adjust the sound if I need to later. So here goes. You know what? I didn't save this yet. I can see the thing's just untitled. Save July. What's the date? 24. Desktop. Save. All right. I want to hit save throughout because something crashes. I don't want to lose the whole thing. All right. Here I go. I just blanked. Completely lost the whole song. My head just went. I hate when I do that, man. Just completely forgot there was a verse. Just stopped playing. Okay, one more time. Sloppy. Damn it, Ed. Why couldn't I just keep going? I think the end is going to be a fade out yet again. That's why it goes on so long. Long sing. Hey, how's it going? So, that's first takeout here. So, yeah. All right. So, I gotta turn the input monitoring off. All right, that sounds decent over it. So, these guitar inputs from my laptop onto here are totally different sounds, but I really think they mix well. So, I just gotta turn them down a little. I got them a little loud. I wanted to hear that main riff though, so I didn't get off time, because like I just had this tendency, like, I mean, case in point, I got to the end of the chorus and I just blanked. I forgot how to play the whole song. So I had to restart it. But I just had this thing where like I'm playing something and I zone out and I start doing it different. It's like an ongoing thing. I've got ADD and I've had it my whole life, and I learned to like figure out stuff, you know, to work around it. But sometimes it just hits me with that. Oh, my guitar's in standard, but I've got a Boss poly shifter pedal, so check this out as I spin the knob. 3 octaves down, 2 octaves, 1 octave, whatever the heck I want. This pedal is just awesome. So that's a drop E right there without doing anything. This thing is a cause for a lot of people to probably think I'm just using all MIDI, which I actually like using MIDI. I do a lot of songs with all MIDI. Like, I know you said you do that, so I got respect for that, because like that's just composing, honestly. You have to know what you're doing to import it. I mean, couldn't just give it to anyone to do that. But yeah, it's actually a learning curve for me to import, because I came from playing guitar, so I input like all that stuff. So I've been figuring it out, but I like just coming at things from different angles. So I like using a combo now. Do I want to do a drop octave here or not though? Maybe. Can do those things on the other guitars. I can't do that without punching in though. I can't get set for that to play it in the middle of the riff. That. That's how you do that. I can't. Maybe. Hard to get set. I'm gonna screw up. I can do it like once or twice accurate, and then the next time I'm gonna not hit it. Maybe I'll try it. You know what? It's the worst that can happen. I'm gonna try this an octave down just to see how it sounds. Actually, it sounds pretty cool. All right, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna layer this with 1 octave. Oh, I know. I'll just use the mix knob. That way I can compromise it. And it's both. All right, here I go. straight and solder on that. I messed up. I think I figured out a way to actually slide my pick into my finger, and I can do that without punching it in. All right, here I go again. Note. I just tried to harmonize that. That's the one I'm on. Okay. Take a little bit of trial and error here. Still screwed up. Ugh. This one's harder because I'm doing it a little different and I'm not used to it. Yeah, you know what the thing I always find with the drums is, like, that's the biggest contributor to the sound you're going for, because if I simply change these super punchy drums out for something a little more flat or with more ambience, I could make this sound like classic rock instantly. Like, it just, yeah, the drum sound makes a massive difference. If I change out the guitar distortion or the bass sound, it's like negligible, but drums, that's the thing. All right, gotta not screw this stupid transition up again. Here we go. right, I had one screw up coming into the verse, but it was close enough. I'm not super perfectionist about this because, like, if I was just punching in, there's the verse riff, punch in, here's the pre-chorus riff, copy paste it, that would be a hell of a lot easier. But playing all the way through, I'm doing it for the sake of the edited video, but it's a pain sometimes. The reason I'm using Logic is because I started on Logic and I just keep using it. That's it. I'm just used to it. You know, I got a free copy of it years ago when stuff was still on discs. So it was like, what the heck version was it? It was like an older version of Logic. But my one friend had a recording studio, and I was just starting to want to try and record things. So I was using some free stuff like GarageBand and another thing or two. And then he's like, here, you want my... He's like, I got another free install or two. So he just gave me this thing, and I've just been using it ever since. So I'm just used to it. I like a bunch of features though, like the drummer is awesome because if I change this tempo, this drummer will follow. They literally call it drummer, and then you can pick which style. And I can also get it to follow, like if I import MIDI, I can get it to follow all the hits or transients if I got enough like percussiveness on a audio file. And it like plops the kick and the snare down in the right places. And then you just have to like move a few things to taste. So it's a good way to like program drums without having to do a lot of editing. So I like things like that. And I can write in chords and, you know, if I was just trying to do like a real quick and dirty, just get something out like thing, I wanted to put program bass in. I can just put the key of the song and the chords up the top here and it'll just go spit out a bass part. I'm not doing it here, but in theory I can. So I like some of the stuff like that. Okay, so and that was plenty fat already, so I'm not going to do any layering there. Oh, I can't believe I got that. It's not actually hard to do, but like physically getting into position to do it in between the riff is like hard. Yeah, I actually agree with you. The composing thing, there's so many like quick inputs on this thing. I know like 10% of them, and it makes my life easier. So I do, aside from this, I actually do a lot of stock music. So I use Pond 5, I upload there, and they sell stuff. So I do like instrumental things. I've got a lot of tracks on Pond 5, like over 30,000. That sounds crazy, but what I do is I just like come up with a riff or two, copy paste it, throw some drums on it, done in, you know, a little bit, and then I upload another one, and I can upload multiple a day. So I've been doing that for years. So that's why the volume of tracks, but they sell it. So it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like you just do like 15, 20-second things that someone's going to use as a background loop, and they go on the site and buy it, albeit the sales have been dipping ever since AI stuff started coming out, but that's a thing. But yeah, so I like it for that. Like I can just like real quick put something out in like 10 minutes. I just have like settings so I can just go. All right, where is this riff for the pre-chorus starting? I think around here. Measure 18. Okay, so I'm gonna turn my mix knob to 100%. This is dropping me an octave. I got a lot of higher end chord notes on these original things, like weird chord voicing, so I want to just reinforce the root here. So I'm gonna do that. This stuff I am going to punch in because I only need those 2 tracks for the video. And have to do more than that. And then this side. beef that up. Okay, so I also use these punch ins for another thing, which is telling where I am in the song. So I'm just going to color code that, copy, paste, because it happens twice. Now, this different color just tells me that's the pre-chorus, and then chorus is going to go. Do I want to? Yeah, keep the octave down. Nice and heavy. Good. Other side. All right, that's it for those. And I'm gonna make these, I literally just pick the same color every time for pre-chorus or chorus. So there, copy. Just gotta find the next one, should be roughly here. I think I was dead on, okay. There's that, and then chorus, just, oh, I forgot to double these. That's easy enough. I only did the riff once. Somewhere around here. I think it's that. Yeah, it lines up. I did the riff once on this side. Yeah, you know what other DAW I used once or twice was, what's the PreSonus one? Studio One? Yeah, that's actually it, Studio One. I like that one too. Logic has lag, but I use the low latency button, so this actually doesn't sound as good as it's gonna sound when I turn that off. It like cuts some of the processing threads down, so like it doesn't have as much latency. That's literally all that button does, but you kind of have to deal with the sound being a little weird and tinny. But my computer right now is 10 years old, Intel Core, I think I said this yesterday, it's Intel based 10 core processor, and being a little outdated, it just doesn't handle streaming and recording that well, so I gotta watch how many MIDI tracks I put on here. It's fine with audio, but once I throw too many MIDI tracks, especially like I've got Shreddage 3 Hydra for a lot of my guitar sounds, which is awesome. But if I put, like there's an ambient sound on there, if I put that on, my computer's just like dead. So I gotta watch it. So I've got some arpeggio thing going on up here. I want to solo it out quick. It's not too much. I'm wondering if I put a lead on the chorus. Just duplicate that track. Where is it? Tube drive something, blah. Okay. Gotta turn the pedal off. Alright, some B, D, A. What do I want to pick here? Maybe just that. That works. I'm going to bury this in the mix. It's just going to make the chorus sound more exciting. There, that works. Just do it once. Copy paste it. Okay, I'm gonna listen to that. Oh, you want to see a cool trick to insta-double something? So this is just a mono track. I'm using PiceFX 2, that's an old plugin. But this sound is good. So delay, I don't know if you can do this on other stuff, but this has a plugin called Sample Delay. This is just gonna delay it by samples or milliseconds. So I usually pick about 4 on one side because that works. And then there's another plugin built in here called Pitch Shifter. I pick dual mono. I only want to affect the right side where I delete it. This is just going to raise the whole thing 1 cent, which is like barely anything. And it's like the amount of pitch variation you'd have if you just double track something. So this thing now, if I solo it out, sounds completely stereo, like I double tracked it. Do I Christian deathcore band? I actually don't know. You know, I actually listen to like, I don't know. It's funny how like time goes quick because one of the bands I really like a lot that I've borrowed recently from is Periphery, which I know they're like 2010s, but some of that progressive metal stuff, and then a bunch of other bands like around that type of genre. Pliffy is a newer one. I know they do mostly instrumental stuff. I just kind of like the sound, but yeah, I say like my personal thing I say is like Christian rock, but I barely say a thing about it. I just put this one link in my description box on YouTube, but I'm not here to like talk about that or anything. I'm just writing music. Sometimes though, like just my lyrics will vaguely be about something. That's about all I do. Anyway. Yeah, it sounds super stereo now. Ozone with Imager. Yeah, I actually imagine most things have similar, but this is how I do it. There might be an easier way to do that, but I found this works really well. There's no like comb filtering. It just works, and it sounds like I double tracked. And if I'm doing vocals and I do a harmony, which I rarely do sing harmonies, but occasionally, I don't have a problem with the notes. I just suck at lining up with my rhythms because I improvise. So if I do a harmony, I'll do that same trick, except I'll affect both sides. So it like separates out like wider. I don't have to double the harmony. It just literally does it for me. Okay, let me see. I did like -7. I'm gonna go lower. Barely there. That's just to help it sound more interesting. It's like a subtle thing. Okay, this is not going to be subtle. This is an improvised guitar solo. Hey, I didn't do any key changes in this song. There's a change. Yeah, you know the other funny thing is, like I said, I listened to a lot of those progressive metal bands. I'm like weird. I do like super heavy sounds, but then I do like major keys, so it sounds more happy than everyone else. But I used to listen to like other bands, like older stuff, like 90s, not pop or something like, but like, well, they're not 90s, they're a little more 2000s, but like Incubus or something like that. Or if you go back, Matchbox 20, say. I don't like all their songs, I just like a few. So I kind of like this, not necessarily the sounds they're doing, but I just like the way the chorus is like all catchy and stuff. So I kind of do the same thing, but on top of heavy music. And I just kind of have made up my own style and don't care about sounding like things anymore, except whatever random thing I'm doing. All right, let's see. I'm turning my camera because I need the right angle for this guitar solo thing. Like have it all worked out how I split up my screen. All right, so that's the right key. Is my tuning good? Probably not. Nope. I keep using it because it's there, but Logic's tuner sucks. It's so chumpy. So one complaint I've got about this DAW is tuner is awful. Come on. There it goes. All right, let's see. So my guitar solos are improvised. I run scales on the guitar up on the couch a lot while I'm watching TV, so I just have muscle memory. I don't compose anything. I have no idea what the hell I'm about to play. So, except that it's in B natural minor. So, here I go. I started playing C instead of B because I'm dumb. That sucked. I think I'm gonna come in with some kind of tapping riff. Going out of the scale. What am I doing? I didn't like the tapping riff though, so it's all good. Okay. Damn, I can't get something that sounds... You know what? Let me mute these. I want to just hear the crazy ass thing going on with all those weird effects I threw on it. All right, there we go. I like to just have some stuff going on the last chorus, because if I decide to plop vocals down, I'll automate the volume of that down, and it can be just an underneath texture. If I decide to not double the last chorus with the vocals, then I can just keep it up there, and it's like an outro built in. All right. I've got my normalize setting on like, well, it's less than unity gain. It's on like -5 dB, so that's just like a clean gain boost that I have that's controlled every time. All right, muting those was a good idea because I could hear what was going on with the rhythm guitar. And I think I'm gonna turn them down because I didn't do anything really worth keeping that loud on these. They were just kind of like filler sounds. So let's see, minus whatever the heck. Did I do on the other one 6? Right? Yeah. Yeah, now I can hear the main guitar. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's the thing with my solos, though. They will never be the same. If I retake a solo, like, just try to recut it, I never repeat it because I'm just playing random freaking notes on the scale. When I was in a cover band, it was horrible because I never learned the guitar solos. I just made my own up. I was like, I don't feel like it. Like, this song is in G minor. I'm just going to play a G minor scale. Screw it. There's that one chord that has a weird note. I'll just play the note. Okay, so save. Now, I don't know what in the hell I'm going to play on the bass part on this. I'll figure something out. Okay, so I'm not going to use these. They're just kind of built into my template, so I've got them, but I'm not necessarily going to use them every day. Let me grab my bass guitar. It's a giant 6-string monstrosity I've got. So I used to use a 4-string jazz bass, but this is a 6-string jazz bass. It's just a student model because I don't want to spend loads of money. I tuned it weird, but basically I found out the drop pedal stuff or this poly shifter, they all sound like crap on the bass. I can't get it to work without sounding like it's just lost every bit of tone it had. So I bought this so I can do 4-string bass and then 2 drop octave strings. And that sounds great. It also didn't take much to figure out the tuning. Do I listen to Japanese music? Yeah, I actually do. I don't remember all the names of the bands, but I do because I actually can. I can't speak Japanese that well, but I can understand it fairly well because I watch a lot of anime. And at some point, I just decided to. There's a guy who does a course. It's called Japanese from Zero. He's got like 5 books, so I just kind of like went through those and another thing or two, and then just listening a bunch. I can actually mostly understand Japanese. So weirdly, for no reason, even though no one speaks it around me, I can just understand that. I can also read it, although my reading level is like that of like a 5 or 6-year-old that just started, but still I can sound stuff out. Not so great with the kanji, but the katakana, hiragana stuff, like hiragana, actually pronounce it a little better. I can do that pretty well. That's just like the same thing as phonetic English letters. It just, you do make the sound. It's just the kanji that I only know like a few of them. Saying it like English, but kanji. I think the thing that motivated me, though, there was some. Well, I think it might have even been Dragon Ball Super or something. Like, it came out, and then the English dubs and subs weren't going to come out for a year. And I was like, I want to watch the show. So I just learned Japanese, and I learned Japanese faster than they released the thing in the US. So I was like, oh, okay, that works. Enough that I could understand what they were saying anyway. Yeah, dude, anime themes are like awesome. One thing I actually think is funny, a lot of them use the same chord progression, different keys, but it's if you know music theory, it's like pick a major key, like say like you're doing E major. It's the 6, minor 6, minor 3, and then the 4th and 5th chord of the scale. So some various orders of that, but it's usually like that was so low, but yeah. They always use that. They don't use like the root chord a lot, and it just kind of gives this like suspense sound. So like knowing that, I'm always able to like, you can make like stuff that sounds really anime-ish if you do that chord progression. Why won't you stay in tune, bass? Come on. Getting a little annoying here. I like to go a little above because my body, it's gonna just slightly drop it, but can't be like too far. Oh my gosh, I think my tuning's just my tuner is just being finicky with the low notes. I think that's what's actually going on. Let me see. Yeah, they sound fine. Okay. So how do I want to do this? I just play the same thing as the guitar. Yeah. It's kind of hard to do that with I want to tap it. Because it gets that sound, it's hard to do that with that speed. Maybe I have to get a pick for this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I don't know if I'll drop that. Let me play along with this thing and see where I like the octaves. You know what? I'm gonna tough it out and just try and do this with I hate the pick sound. Okay, yeah, I think I can do it. It's just gonna take a little bit of getting used to. Do that. I think I'll do that, just octaves. And then I'll just go super low there. Okay, I think I've got it planned out, except this part is going to be, what in the world do I do here? I might just do something completely random like that because I've got no other idea, and then hopefully it just sounds good because it's in key, because I don't even remember what I plugged in on that, honestly. It was just a bunch of random stuff, and then I threw automation on to pitch shift the crap out of it. So yeah, no idea. Well, hope for the best. Here we go. No, I gotta turn the camera on. Why do I suck at remembering things? Dude. Okay. Oh yeah, bass is polyphia. That's a thing. You're right, because the guitar players always get the credit, but the bass and drums both are freaking crazy good on a lot of the polyphia stuff. I tried to show like one of my friends, and he was like, "Meh." I don't think he likes anything past like what we had in high school. I'm old, so that kind of means he doesn't listen to anything new. Okay, so that's on. Here we go. it, but I went in early. I'm getting that riff though, so okay. All right. By the way, sorry if I don't like respond to comments. I'm like concentrating on recording. That's probably obvious, but you know, just saying it. All right, here we go. Now I can't do it. Come on. Why am I jumping further? E, B. All right. If I hit the B, I guess it's not the end of the world because it harmonizes, but I'd like to do it right. Oh, that is really hard to do just because of the way I'm picking it. Like on this bass, I like to go with my fingertips because it just gives this nice pingy noise, but it's freaking hard to do sometimes. It'd be so much easier if I was regular finger picking. This wouldn't even be a problem. I'm just gonna do it a couple times till I get the hang of it. Did I bonk that? So close. I might have to punch this in, and I hate doing that because then I gotta do extra crap to edit the video other than just line up the beginning, but it's really hard to get that. Why am I like, I'm also, hang on, I gotta play this chorus. Yeah, I was like coming in early. I don't know why. Okay. It's hard to do this. Come on, dude. This is like, it doesn't look hard. Like just going would be easy, but I'm going. The extra motion makes it so hard to play that fast. Yeah. But the sound, that pingy sound is so good. I can't not do it. Okay. If I don't get this after another try or two, I'm just going to punch in and say screw it. All right, started playing around with the bass part a little more when I got through it. I have no idea if that bass part in the bridge here made sense, but it was in key. You know, it's not too bad. It's not exactly hitting the same thing as the rhythm guitar there, but it's like at least harmonizing it. There's just a few notes in the scale, like a half step off. I don't want to hit at the same time. I think just by luck I avoided that. Let's see. Yeah, you know why I'm not doing a lot of punch-ins? Because when I do the thing where I line up all these videos I'm shooting on my phone, if I just have a straight playthrough, I line up the beginning click track and I'm good. Except like my phone's not plugged into the computer with an ADAT cable, so occasionally the timing is like a millisecond off or two because like the frame rate versus the recording output. So I try to avoid long songs so I don't have that. And then if I have to line up a bunch of punch-ins, I kind of like lose track because my phone is actually only picking up the ambient room sound. I have no direct audio on this, so I actually do a lot of lining it up by like just the sound coming out of the instrument. I can kind of sometimes hear the click track through the headphones, and that's what I'm using. I used to have a Lumix camera that I had the audio plugged into, but it just doesn't look good in the lighting in this room. I can't get it to look good, so I was like, screw it. So I grabbed my phone, and I've been using that. But if I give myself too much work, I'm going to screw it up, and it takes too long then. Yeah, I would much prefer to just go punch in the verse riff, and then I could play some crazy bull crap in like 9/8 time and be fine with it. But at the same time, this gives me a more realistic thing and gives me practice because I used to be in a band and you'd have to play this song all the way through live. So this gives me practice still being able to do that. But it makes the video editing easier, but then sometimes doing the actual recording, it makes that a pain. So it just depends. All right, so bass guitar, much like the lead guitar, just gonna give it a mini gain boost there. And let me see. Yeah, I put up some videos on YouTube, and well, one or two other platforms too, but I just say it's like instrumental or original instrumental metal. I just have it in a playlist. I have way more complicated things on that because I use a lot of MIDI and just like one take on a little section type stuff. And then I just like improvise some random lead guitar on top of it. But because I'm just punching in there, I can do way more complicated stuff. But here, I kind of try to keep it a little more simple so I can actually, do it all the way through. Even if I get something down too, like I have this problem where I compartmentalize. So I'm playing the verse and the next part coming up is just a blank in my brain. So, yeah. All right. I'm going to move my phone because I'm going to do the drums now. And I do these on the Roland numbers and letters. I don't know. It's a drum pad. Roland SPD SX Pro. Used to have a Yamaha, and I also used to use this electronic drum kit when I was doing this out in the little studio garage thing I did before I just moved. Because I just moved them. When did I move? April into June-ish, yeah. So I like it here though, because I used to be out in like a garage that I like renovated the top floor, but I had to keep walking in and outside like every time I had to use the bathroom or something. And if it was like negative 14 degrees Fahrenheit and snowing. I was like, ugh. So, and then it wasn't the best for like heating and air conditioning. Now I'm in a finished basement and I don't even need heat and air conditioning because it's underground. So it just stays a nice like 68 degrees Fahrenheit year round with nothing. And it's nice and quiet. No one, is bothered. So it works. I'm kind of like joined up against a bunch of neighbors though. So can't play an acoustic drum kit or anything. That would kind of piss them off. But I'm actually totally happy playing this thing because it's just small, works really well. I can do everything I need to. All right, let me put this up. Because, yeah, like I was saying, like the MIDI stuff, I watched this guy who's a streamer and he's considerably better at a bunch of things than me. But he's got a little different setup and he uses all MIDI. I think it's awesome. But he was saying he had this thing where he had like imposter syndrome because he wasn't using real guitars and stuff. And I'm thinking, dude, if you think about it, like pick up classical composer, like literally everybody knows, like Mozart or Beethoven. They played piano a lot, but they didn't play every instrument when they wrote an orchestral piece. They wrote it down and other people played it. I'm like, that's the same thing you're doing with MIDI. You're putting down the notes, and instead of a person playing it, the computer's playing it back for you with whatever sound you choose. So I'm like, it's the same thing. But yeah, like, then I do play some of my stuff in, like the drums here. But I used to have a drummer in a band. He like hated even the idea of using electronic drum kit live, which would have been awesome for us because then we wouldn't have to worry about all the ambient room noise when we were playing smaller gigs. And I was like, and then at the same time, he's like, oh, it'd be great if we got a keyboard player. I'm like, if you get a keyboard, it's a freaking MIDI instrument. Like, how is that different? Stupid. But it's just like one of those things people get hang-ups, but I love this thing. Like, are you kidding me? I don't have to have all the super loud volume, mic up a whole thing. I'm just triggering this drum library and I'm good to go. And then if I mess up or whack my stick, I can just clean it up. All right, so I need to turn the metronome on. I hate the metronome, but it's on. And I'm gonna just mute a bunch of these overdubs because I need to hear the click. That should be good. I could technically mute one or both of these main takes, but I think I can hear it. Okay. I forgot to turn this on record. Because of course I did. Make sure everything's firing correct. And here I go. I'm probably going to mess up a couple times, but we'll see. Gotta remember that goes da-da-da in. That was a little choppy. I'm feeling unstable, and I just realized why. I forgot to lock my wheels. I'm like, why do I feel like I'm moving all over the place? Oh, right. get this in the right position. Of course, it's like awkward to play the kick drum. Late. Okay, I'm getting the hang of the verse though. Dang it. Whack the pad, not the side. Trying to simplify it a little bit, but keep that weird syncopation in. Yeah. This is a weird one. So close. enough. I'm gonna fade out the anyway. Okay, let me grab my phone. Yeah. Turn this off. Okay, so just gonna go through, make sure my playing, it's probably not exactly perfect, sounds decent enough. So I'm just gonna clean this up where it needs it. I think I had one weird fill towards the end of the song go on, and then like double kick at the end is probably a little choppy. But most of this should be good. Right, I'm gonna go in here. This is just shortening the note lengths because when you're doing drum MIDI, it doesn't really matter. Just nudge these. Yesterday I didn't even do the verse at all. Still sounded okay. These don't necessarily have to be perfect, but just depending on the song. Like if I wanted to have a little bit of a like choppy vibe, I will just let it go. If I want it to be really spot on, I'll do this. But I usually ignore the ghost notes and anything beyond like an eighth note. I actually have my tempos double timed though, so oof, kind of had a weird little hiccup thing there. Go on, but yeah, I usually have my tempos double timed because it makes the grid work a little better. Because this goes down to like 16th notes, so if I got it halftime, like what it actually is, which is 104, but I got it set up to 208, then all these things that I'm calling eighth notes are actually really 16th notes, and like a lot of the in between is 32nd notes, and then I got to do like in between the lines, and it's a pain. So this just makes this way easier for me. There's probably a way I can get the 30-second notes to show up, but I already did these. Yeah, I just doubled the timing and then I don't have to worry about it. And I always use the Apple drummer for my like tempo keeping thing before I play the drums. You can literally just set that on halftime. So again, it's super easy. All right, these are all just eighth notes. I didn't play anything like crazy since the verse riff is already weird and syncopated. Is that an actual hit or did I just bonk that with my foot? That's probably what happened, but I'll leave it in. That's probably the same thing on here. Ah, crap. Yeah. I get migraines. I had one the other day. I was acting a little like weird. I was kind of tired and cranky, and I think it was that, because then later I started actually feeling the effects. But I get this thing where I get like these like blind spots in my eyeball. It looks kind of like a sun spot, but not exactly. So I'm getting that right now. Like I just kind of lost a whole little blob of vision there. It'll go away in like 5 minutes, but thought I was done with this. I usually only get it like once every so often, and when it goes away, I'll forget about it for like a couple weeks, then it'll hit me again. But I thought I was done with it, but I'm getting a weird spot now. So hopefully I can get this done before I lose the ability to see these notes. Yeah, I came in. Yeah, that's what I thought. I came in a beat after because I was lining up with that syncopated thing. It's 4/4, but it doesn't sound like it is. Yeah, I got those. I got the drum pads a little too loud because they're all coming out like max volume, but fortunately, I can just go in here and go yoink, and that solves the problem. Just humanize feature for velocity. Did I skip ahead? I guess not. All right. Let me bring the stuff back in here because I don't know what the heck's going on. There we go. I'm adding extra hits by selecting things so it sounds all disjointed, but yeah. The bridge sounds a little wimpier than I was intending, but oh yeah, that was way early there. Okay, sort it out. I'm just gonna do this and done. So that's all easy. How long have I been doing the YouTube thing for? Sorry, they probably asked me that like 5 minutes ago, and I'm concentrating on this. It's probably 2019 or something. Nobody's watching for a long time. I'm also not like much for doing clickbait stuff and like getting like a lot of views because I just, do some random thing. I'm just gonna literally just do what I do and just write music. And when I started too, I was like, I want to put my own songs together because I was in a band for a long time, and working with other people can be a pain. Because I'm like, hey, I came up with this thing. Did you listen to it? That the thing I sent you like 2 weeks ago. They're like, I didn't have time, and I'm like, really? Because I'm pretty sure I know for a fact you were sitting on your butt for like 3 whole days not doing anything. But okay, so like that kind of stuff, and then like just dealing with coordinating things. So I was like, you know what, I want to do my own song. So I couldn't hardly play drums, although I actually started on drums in 4th grade before I ever did guitar, but there were like years in between where I didn't play them for a while, so I was basically back at a beginner level. My singing was non-existent, so I had to do a lot of auto-tune and stuff in the beginning. I found a guy called, his name is Chris Liepe. I don't remember how to spell it. It's like Liepe or something, but don't quote me on that. So he does this channel, and he has a lot of like vocal coaching videos that I find better than everybody else, just because he is really good at describing the feel of what you're actually doing. Like one of the ways to hit mixed voice made more sense to me than anything I've ever heard is just like, if you imitate like a cat yowling, go, rah, that's kind of the feel, and then you expand on that. So I started like listening to stuff like that, I had vocal lessons prior to that, but they didn't help because like they were explaining everything badly. Oh, you watch him, yeah. So I started trying some of that stuff, and I kind of not exactly one for one what he was explaining. I found out the one thing he was explaining, I was taking it the wrong way, but I figured out a way to do something that sounds cool for like aggressive sounding vocals. So when I do them, like if I just do a scream, like I do like a little bit of an inhale and vocal fry, and I'm like, "Ah," and then with the microphone on compression, it sounds crazy. But no, I had no idea how to sing. So if you listen to my old stuff, I don't even sound like the same person because I was like just trying to say stuff loud and tune it. And then my drums were just really basic, and I had to fix every single note. And yeah, I didn't know how to play bass guitar. I was just playing it like a guitar. So I just kept going until I got good at it. My mixing and mastering was absolutely awful. Really tinny and empty sounding, and I didn't understand why. I was actually trying to add like a lot, like it, as a recording person, you probably understand this. I was trying to add lots of low end to the guitar to make them sound heavy, and then when I put the bass guitar on, I'm like, "Where's the bass guitar?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, leave space for it." And then I was like cranking things up too loud. I didn't understand gain staging, so then I got that. I started using tape saturation, and I got stuff that sounds like it's exploded as far as like how loud it sounds. It's actually not loud, but it sounds that way with the tape saturation because I was overdoing it. Then I dialed it back, and yeah, I was using Superior Drummer 3 for the longest time too, which is actually a really great drum program, but now I switched to Mono and Massive. I had Mono and Massive 1, and I was like, oh, right out of the box, it just sounds exactly like what I'm going for. And then I got this, and everything sounds great. I especially like the Oda Home settings in it. That's actually one I'm using right now. I think it's the, let me look. I'm using the 5th preset. Yeah, Kit 5. The Oda Home ones are awesome in this plugin. The sounds, yes, but because not just the sounds, but the gain staging in the plugin, this guy does it better than like everyone else that contributed it. His are like perfect. Everyone else is like in the ballpark, but his are like perfect. Like you just put them on, it sounds good. I've got a compressor after, but it's like doing nothing because he's got it exactly dialed in. I guess it's pumping slightly, but barely. All right, so where am I at now? Vocals, right? All right, so let's see. Might have to take a mini run up to the bathroom break. I have a comically large coffee mug, and I fill it up, and then I drink this while I'm doing the recording, so it's a lot. So I can't always make it to the end. All right. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to open up my Pages app, which is Apple's word processing thing. I'm going to just type random lyrics. It's not the most exciting footage, but I just do this literally on the spot. So, yeah. And I'll just kind of come up with a melody around the lyrics or whatever works. But, yeah, I think I'm going to go. I'm also going to grab a piece of ginger root. I like to use that because I've always got allergies going. That kind of like cuts through everything and clears me out for a bit. It's absolutely awful to chew on, but it works. So I just cut off a little slice of it. All right, though. I'm going to do that. Get rid of the giant coffee that's sitting inside me. And I'll be back in like 2-3 minutes. It's like just literally up the stairs. All right. Here I go. All right, I'm back. Oh, wow, it's midnight where you are. It's noon here. Okay, so need my headphones. Oh, that ginger is, whoa, it's big. Well, I say big chunk, but it's big for what? For just chomping on it raw. But man, that clears me out. Pop in my head for the chorus. So I'm just gonna do this crappy falsetto thing because I'm not warmed up yet, but this will just help me not forget. Am I coming on the downbeat? Yeah. I don't have an ending. I just made noise. That's absolutely awful, but I won't forget it now. All right. Okay, good. I got a chorus melody. Let me duplicate that track and mute this for now. You know what? I'm just type random things up because need something to go on. You know what? That's gonna be my first line. Okay. Alright, maybe if I just come right in. All right, I'm formulating an idea, but I don't know if I can pull it off. Never quit, don't stop moving. Like a choice and that's nah. Okay. Actually, let me unmute this. I don't know what's the end of it. All right, I don't even know if that's any good, but it's good enough. All right. All right, I'm gonna just start doing things to see if I can like get my voice to start working, because it's always gonna take like 5 minutes for me to get warmed up enough to do something. So bear with me. It's gonna suck for like a while. Okay, I think I'm gonna come right in on that downbeat. Back up a little. I'm not gonna come in this high. I need something to go on when I open the back is not a player and you don't start moving away, make a choice and another opportunity. All right, something around there. I need something to go on and all right, that melody sucks, but I got the right rhythm. All right, let me see if I can just improvise something here. I need something. What do I want to go to? I need something to go on and away might open up. All right, failing to hit the notes I want, but I gotta get used to it. I need something to go on in the way might open up. The path is never clear and you don't stop moving on the way. Make a choice in another opportunity. All right, let me listen to it. I need something to go on in the way. All right, it sucks, but it's getting better. It always takes me so long to get this going. And I need something to go on. What notes do I want to do there? No. I need something to go on. It feels weird right there. I need something to go on. And the way might open up, the path is never clear. Let me listen to it. I need something to go on. All right, I hit it, but it's wimpy. I need something to go on to the bottom of. Damn it, I said the wrong words, but I think I'm gonna do it like that. I need something to go on in the bay might open. I keep trying to say the wrong word. I need something to go on. Okay, I'm getting that now. I need something to go on in a way might open up. The path is never clear if you don't stop moving. I make a choice in another opportunity. Exhale. Damn, off time. First part was okay. I need something to go on in the way might open on a path is never clear if you don't stand moving away. Make a choice in another opportunity. Exhale. Stop. I need something to go on. Way might open on the path is never clear. Don't stop moving on the way, make a
chosen another overtone, but I might exhale. Hey,
All right, good enough.
I need something to away my holding on the devil's neck. Don't stop, don't stop. All the way, maybe chosen another overtone, but I might.
All right, I think I got that. So I did the same lyrics on the second verse, but just a variation on the melody, which is something I kind of do a lot. Out of laziness because I don't want to say more lyrics, but we'll pretend that's not the case. All right, so I overlapped into the chorus with that scream I did at the end of the first verse. I was right there and then made it necessary that I'm going to need to do a different track. Kind of planning on that anyway. Alright, so just reminding myself of this melody with that really crappy falsetto thing I did at first.
Let's go somewhere. Constantly falling. Everybody going.
Okay, what? I gotta make sure I hit the right notes here. I'm gonna mute this.
Everybody thinks they're going somewhere.
I'm gonna modify it a little bit from the original idea, but we'll see what happens, I guess. Okay.
Everybody thinks they're going somewhere.
I missed that note. Damn it. Okay, I'm still doing falsetto, but this falsetto sounds considerably better than the not warmed up falsetto.
Everybody thinks they're going somewhere, but the cliff comes close and they all fall in. Everybody tell the same and soon, and what's the mind?
Sucked. I'll have to do it again, but let me listen to it. Okay.
Everybody thinks they're going somewhere, but the cliff comes close and they are falling. Hey, everybody go where the wrong way to the same and soon.
Yeah, like the first one, I should have kept it.
Everybody thinks they're going somewhere, but the cliff comes close and they are falling. Everybody going the wrong way to the same and soon, and why am I?
Okay, let me listen to that.
Everybody thinks they're going somewhere.
Soft pitch. It's close. Can't quite get it.
Everybody thinks they're going somewhere, but the cliff comes close and they all fall in. Hey, everybody going away to the same and soon, and why am I?
Okay, I changed it a little again, but I think I like what I just did.
Everybody thinks they're going somewhere, but the cliff comes close and they all fall in. Hey, everybody going away to the same and soon, and
I seriously just did that without recording the freaking video. Why am I an idiot? I'm keeping it, and I'm just doing a second chorus. Damn it. I can't. I don't know. Here I go.
Everybody thinks they're going somewhere, but the cliff comes close and they'll fall in. Everybody.
Damn it. I'm so pissed I didn't have that camera on.
Everybody thinks they're going somewhere, but the cliff comes close and they'll fall in. Everybody going the wrong way to the same, and soon it will die.
All right, that one was okay.
Everybody thinks they're going somewhere, but the cliff comes close and they'll fall in. Everybody going the wrong way to the same, and soon it will die.
All right, I kept this one in case I couldn't recreate stuff and I would have to figure something out. But I think I can. So, okay, I'm going to recut the first one.
Everybody thinks they're going somewhere, but the cliff comes close and they'll fall in. Everybody goes where the wrong way to the same, and soon and why am I?
All right, it's probably passable.
Everybody thinks they're going somewhere, but the cliff comes close and they'll fall in. Everybody goes where the wrong way to the same, and soon and why am I?
Naturally, the one where I forgot to shoot the video of was the best one, but what can you do?
Everybody thinks they're going somewhere, but the cliff comes close and they'll fall in. Everybody goes where the wrong way to the same, and so it was the boy. Everybody thinks they're going somewhere, but
All right. Just made that up at the end. It's probably okay.
thinks they're going somewhere, but the cliff comes close and they'll fall in. Everybody goes where the wrong way to the same, and so it was the good. Everybody thinks they're going
Yeah, that's okay. I always think the falsetto is going to sound wimpy, and it's actually fine. It's like just a thing in my head, though. All right, let me bring the verse back in, make sure this like thing where I kind of dip into the chorus at the end of the verse sounds okay, layered with the chorus. Yeah, it's fine. It's like a little bit of a scream, but it's like pitchless, so it's fine.
thinks they're going somewhere, but the cliff comes close and they'll fall in. Everybody goes where the wrong way to the same, and soon and why am I need something to
All right. Well, for raw vocals, that doesn't sound too bad. Oh, piece of fuzz on my eyebrow. I was like seeing some weird thing. Yeah, so my computer is not even capable of letting me run through the plugins I'm going to use. So this is just raw vocal straight in. But I'm gonna just check if I got any like notes that are a little up or down from the pitch. I'm just gonna like nudge them because I do. This is improvised, so I'm bound. I know for a fact on this repeat of the chorus, right around There's a pitchless scream, but I hit a note somewhere. That part, it's a little off. I'm just gonna nudge that. I think the first verse was, I don't think there was anything wrong with it. I don't think there's really much wrong with the verse at all. So yeah, anyway, if I notice something, I'll just shove it up or down. Like I kind of do that rather than punch in and fix it, because like, what's the difference? You know, I got the tone right, so the pitch is like mostly good, and then if I got one spot because it's improvised where I missed, I'll just fix it. And then the other thing I do after that though is I run it through a plugin called Humanoid. That adds a bunch of stereo width, tape saturation kind of sounds, filters, vocoder effects. It's a lot of stuff in one plugin, and it does it all pretty well. So I like to throw that on my vocals just to give them more of a process sound, even though I'm like just doing a one-off improvised take, without having to do all the extra recording of many doubles and harmonies. This way it just goes there. And then run it through Clip Distortion. That's a built-in Logic plugin. Barely turn it on, but just enough to make the scream sound a little more impressive. And then a compressor to just tame any super loud spikes. You can tell by my audio file I don't have too much loud stuff, but when the boost goes on in Humanoid, this little thing might actually get too loud. So the compressor just tames it, flattens it all out. I'm not going to do it on stream because my old computer will crash and the audio will just desync and it won't work out anyway. So until I get the new computer I have on order, can't do that, but I'll just tell you about it. Yeah, though, I think this song came out good today. Select all, copy. I'm just gonna finish these lyrics quick because they're just the same thing twice, and then a final chorus. So there, I just finished that. I don't have a title, so I'm just gonna call it the date for right now, which is, gotta look again because I already forget, 24th. And yeah, there we go. So, all right, the lyrics are done. Just finished them right now. All the recording stuff is in there. So the only thing left for me to do is just do some quick mixing. I don't think that I've got much to do. I think maybe the bridge, I'll just change a few volume levels to make it a little more intelligible as to what's going on. And yeah, the vocals, I'm just going to throw some stuff on so they cut through the mix. But that's about it. So cool. Be on tomorrow because my thing is I just come on and write a song every day. The song on any given day might come out really great. It might come out like just, it might suck. It might just be really bad. But it just depends on the day. But that's not the point. The point is I'm just kind of showing up and trying new things, just for the sake of writing new music. So that's it. I guess I'll say see you later. This is going to be lined up when I spit out the final audio with some video I shot on my phone. I just put a bunch of stuff like guitar, drums, bass, vocals in the middle, all on the same screen, and make it look like I'm playing all the parts at once. So that usually comes out mid-afternoon, give or take. I load the videos in, line them up, and then I gotta let my computer process it and spit them out. I used to be in a place where the internet was super fast. So my uploads were, it wasn't always, but they upgraded it. My uploads were taken like on multiple sites for multiple videos. It was like 5 minutes. Now I'm down to a slower speed, and I'm like, oh man, because I got to babysit the computer for like 40 minutes. So mid-afternoon, usually around like 3, 4, up to 5 o'clock, but it depends. Although that's my time zone. Actually, my chat disappeared. Must like time out after a while. But I was just saying it's midnight where he is. It's noon here, so my time zone, it's, you know, I do this in the morning. All right, I will shut up now. Thanks for watching. I'll be on tomorrow, like I said, and just be doing the same thing. All right, that's it for now. Bye.